restoring, refreshing 15-minute stretch and reset. So in this burst, we're going to take either a tool of some sort. Sarah's got a weight as kind of an accent. You can also use a lacrosse ball. I'm going to use my 𝐷 tequila bottle. It's nice and cold for my freezer. We'll see how this goes. And it's just a way to add into the stretch, but you don't necessarily have to have it. It's just an added bonus into the stretch. We're going to start in half pigeon today. So sleeping swan for restorative yoga. Take your right leg forward into pigeon. That's a bend in a 7 shape. Now my knee sensitivity people, you can make a zigzag in your legs like this and kind of lay forward so the tension comes out of your right knee. That's the idea. Bend in, lean in, get into your pigeon. To accent the pigeon, you can take your recovery tool or your weight underneath of your right hamstring or glute. It gives a little bit extra tension. If you're using a recovery tool like a lacrosse ball or a foam roller or a bottle like me, you take that and you push it into the meat of the muscle. Never any joint tension. So you don't want it to be pushing into your knee joint or your hip. No bony protrusions, just the fleshy, meaty part. That's what we're looking for. And then bow your head nicely forward. Relax into a delicious hip stretch. We'll be here for about 2 minutes. So today we're working on a pre-holiday meditation, something to ground, cool, and calm before any of the extra stuff that happens as we build up to a holiday. This year especially, holidays are very different. You don't know if you're going to be able to see people or not, let's say. So I've been faced with the question, if I can't see my family like I want to, then how do I virtually support people? Well, you FaceTime, you reach out, you take the extra time to call or send a loving text message that's not just frou-frou or airy-fairy. But even that giving energy takes work. And so this quick burst is meant to help you navigate the spaces that you can pull from so that your mental health is strong. Your awareness is strong. And then you've got this wellspring to pull from when your family, the situations you're put in, ask a lot of you. At this point, your body has rested enough to feel the Golgi tendon, the defense mechanism, start to surrender. And then the cellophane-like substance, we'll call it spider webs all over your muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, called fascia. That fascia starts to soften too. And in the Eastern lineage of the practice of yoga, fascia is like the energetic superhighway. A lot of the fascia is like your energy lines that get really clogged and stuck. Sometimes, depending on what you've been through, what you've heard, what you've said, the experiences, the energy lines can get stuck and clogged. The plumbing can get a little bit clogged up. That's deficient energy. The opposite is the plumbing can also get excessive, where there's an overflow of energy flowing through, like a waterfall, too much. But whether you're dammed up or you're a waterfall, your natural state is always balanced. So the good news is that your body's always trying to come back to your center of neutral and balanced space. Just by taking this epically long stretch, your body has already made its way a lot closer to that balanced space. All right, drive up to your palms, please. We're going to take a figure 4 tabletop. Walk your right knee out so that now your left knee pulls up. It's a little bit of a wall for your right foot. You'll probably have to separate your knees as wide as your mat, if not wider. So your knees go really wide, but they're in the same plane. Take a little puppy stretch. It's one of the best hip stretches, especially for your sciatica, your piriformis, any of those awesome places that get really tight and tense. As your hips get long and your body cascades forward, head, neck, ear towards left bicep. And in that rolling action, you start to open up your shoulders and your biceps. You can either go right to downward facing dog or keep this figure four formation, tuck your left toes, figure four down dog. So your right ankle is still above your left kneecap. You still want it above the left kneecap. Bend your left knee like a little shelf. Deep, deep, deep breath in. Push your booty up and back, fan your fingers, and feel your left heel drip towards the ground to stretch out your calf muscle. Inhale. Low lunge your right foot through. Pyramid stretch. Flatten your back left foot to the earth, and then take your right toes straight forward. Let your body cascade now over your right leg. It might feel good to have your hands on the ground, or you can even use your weight or your bottle as a little bit of like a block. It gives you extra height, right? If you need a little bit extra for your arms to extend. Waking up the lower half of your body as a way to ignite the way that you walk through this earth. And maybe you're watching this in the morning, so it's gonna light up the way you walk through the day. Or maybe you're watching this at night as a way to settle. And then it helps you prevent things like restless leg at night. It helps you stretch the places that got tight and tense from all the work and the things you walk through in the course of your day. Oh, yeah, feels good. If you want a little bit extra, pull your toes up towards your right shin. So I'm taking my peace fingers, my first and second finger, pulling my big toe up towards my shin. Even just wiggling your toes adds sensation. Face towards me and breathe. Give yourself a little check. Are you able to appreciate even the length and the flexibility that you have right now to be able to do the pose? Are you able to cultivate a very intimate and encouraging relationship with yourself? Because when you're faced with maybe you get to see family or maybe virtually, you can't encourage others unless you have the ability to practice encouraging yourself. Just look forward. Slide your left foot into kind of like a curtsy and stand all the way up. I'm going to call it like an offset curtsy. Your right foot's forward, your left foot's off to the side. Hands up, right hand to left elbow, and pull to the right. So I'm looking under my left shoulder. I can feel a nice, delicious stretch on my left psoas side. I'm rolling the weight into the outer right heel. Look up and over your shoulder. For me, if I kind of nudge my hips left or right, you can get more sensation and feel that. Breathe in. Pull, pull, pull. And then drop your left knee onto the ground, seated twist. You may have to sit up on a block or a pillow, or you can extend your left leg straight forward. It doesn't matter. Keep your left foot tucked behind you or forward. Lift your left arm, supine twist, seated twist. Look over your right shoulder. Close your eyes as you twist. I'm gearing up to meet a new family for this Thanksgiving, people I haven't met before. And so as I'm thinking in my head, kind of freaking out this week, like, okay, doing things for me to fill my cup, then I can go into this week knowing that I'm going to be giving everything I can to new people, helping them cook, helping them have a great holiday, holding space essentially for others. I know that by doing this work here, it creates a wellspring for me to pull from. My energy is more balanced to pull from when I can just be of service to this new family. All right, now we're already set up half pigeon. Swing your right leg behind you. If you want to use your release tool under your left glute or your hamstring, bow into your sleeping swan and pigeon. physical health, just like we do every day together. I applaud you for showing up to stretch. That's already something that most people don't do. But to couple with that, as you get more flexible in your body, coming back to our natural state like we were as kids, you also want to become more flexible in your mind. That when you become proud of yourself for the strength and flexibility and mobility we're building here, that pride, it translates into what you say and how you act and how you hold yourself. These poses help you stand more upright, literally, not protracted guarding your heart, but instead having good posture, reversing a lot of the slouching and sitting we do with our devices and screens. And then the step you take it deeper is asking yourself, okay, if I can stand more flexible and upright and mobile in my body, what else can I be more flexible about in my mind? Have I written off certain people, restricted things that maybe I could be a little bit more lax with? Have I judged someone a little bit too quickly? Where can you apply some flexibility into your life? Also let roll off your shoulders. Energetically, tension's coming experienced you're clasping onto too tight, you're gripping too much, those things are going to pull away from you. And if they do, then they're not meant to be in your life anyway. Approaching everything in your week with an open, loving palm, unattached but interested. Breathe in. Exhale, take your right foot behind your left in that kind of staggered stance. Stand up to the best of your ability. It's kind of hard to wobble up. Left hand to right elbow and side stretch. Look up under your right arm. I'm doing like a little hip tilt, like I'm waiting for the bus kind of thing. Wherever it feels more open in your body, go there. Inhale. Oh, it's so delicious to stretch and come alive in your body. And then final pose, drip down, right shin to the earth, seated twist. Whether you kicked your right leg out for stability or tucked it back for a little bit more hip work, right arm high, breathe in, big twist. As you sit more erect in your spine, literally the spinal muscles that line your vertebra are called erector spinae. They help you sit up erect in your posture. Lean slightly back and open so your heart opens, and take your chin closer to your left shoulder. Taking any tension out of the scalenes and the levator scapula in the neck and upper chest. Twist out any resistance that you feel. The world is on your side today. And the more that you operate from that notion, the easier life flows, no matter if it's a holiday, a work day, or just a day that you're chilling. If you trust that the world's working for you, then all of a sudden you start to find examples of that everywhere. One more big inhale together, big exhale. And then let's come to end in a seating meditation. Whether you cross your ankles comfortably, crisscross applesauce, if you've got a wall near you, we're going to be here for about a minute and a half. You can also lay on your back if you prefer Shavasana, that's fine by me. Sit and breathe. Take on the energetic space that everything you need is already inside of you, and that we don't have to add or remove anything to know that who you are and the tools you have are enough. Because it's a frou-frou, airy-fairy, hippy-dippy thing. It's because we have a choice in life, one of two options. We can either choose as if everything has meaning, or as if nothing has meaning. You can choose to live as if life is working for you, or as if life is happening to you. We'll never actually know the answer, maybe not even after we leave the body. But it's a choice you make to navigate the way that you look at the world. And you're the only one that's stuck in your head the rest of your life, so why not make the scope, the lens at which you look at your life, your glasses that you put on, why not make them one that are nice to see through? Those energetic rose-colored glasses, it's your life. Make what you want of it. So as we sit in stillness for everyone take a deep breath in. Namaste,